Hi, my name is Dr. Ilya Skolnikov, and I'm coming to you from Triad of Health, Chronic Fatigue, and Fibromyalgia Center. Clearly, we're going to be talking about chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia. So first, though, I'd like to share with you a little story. And this may sound familiar, or it may not, but allow me to share. Years and years ago, there was a young fella that I had met, and he'd worked with this environmental and health company. Doesn't really matter what the name of the company is right now, but let's just say that the people who worked for this particular company, which is a network marketing company, were very, very enthusiastic and excited about what they were doing. They were educating people in the public about problems with the air and problems with the water and problems with, skin care and hair care, because a lot of the skin care and hair care contains chemicals in it. Not everybody knows that. And they were educating people about how to better lose weight. They sold weight loss products, hair care, skin care, body care, nutrition. They did all this kind of cool stuff. And everybody was always really excited, and they were going around to different cities and having meetings and having seminars, and it was a network marketing company, right? So kind of like a rah-rah, a lot of rah-rah kind of stuff, like, try to get people pumped up and offer them a way to really earn a better living, but also offer them a chance to help their friends and family with their health. Okay. And what happened was this young person who I then met and became a patient of ours, he ended up having adrenal fatigue and burnout, okay, which is common for every single person who has fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue. So they had just been working such long hours and so hard that it just sort of got the best of him, I should say. The other thing that had happened to this young fellow was when he was younger, he had tried this acne medication called Accutane, and it was really strong, and so the Accutane caused him to have a toxic liver, and because he had a toxic liver, he ended up having very, very minor, not too bad arthritis, but the minor, not too bad arthritis started to develop into more painful fibromyalgia, right? So he was experiencing a little bit of depression. He was experiencing the pain up and down his back, and even in his shoulders, and even in the calf muscles. He was always exhausted. He had to take a handful of pills to wake up in the morning, a handful of pills to function throughout the day, and then another handful of pills to go to sleep at night. And things weren't going well. Guess who this person was? That person was me. I'm the person that I'm talking about. I met myself. I didn't treat myself, but I got treated by a healthcare provider who had a system. A healthcare provider who had the skills and the training to help me. And I can assure you that the skills and the training needed to help me were elaborate and extensive. I promise you, the skills and training needed to help me with my fibromyalgia and my chronic fatigue, as is probably similar to your fibromyalgia and your chronic fatigue, those skills and training were expensive. It was necessary that the person who helped me would have a diplomate from the International Board of Applied Kinesiology, which is the highest level of training one can achieve from the International Board of Applied Kinesiology. That's the highest level of training one can achieve if they are doing muscle testing and using applied kinesiology. The other thing that this person needed to have skills and training in was neuro-emotional technique, which is a technique that comes from Dr. Scott Walker. So we've talked about applied kinesiology, neuro-emotional technique, and they also had to have a tremendous amount of skill and training in total body modification. So they had to have skill and training in those three things. Total body modification was developed by Dr. Viktor Frank. At any rate, needless to say, they did have the skills and training. So while I was getting lots of acupuncture treatments, and I was getting lots of chiropractic adjustments, And I'd already been to different chiropractors who had a fair amount of skills and training. And one of them even had skill and training in professional applied kinesiology, and they had skill and training in total body modification, and they had skill and training in neuro-emotional technique, but they didn't have enough skill because I was still suffering. I had had some improvement, but I was still suffering. I had to go to somebody who had extensive skills and training that brought all these techniques together into one cohesive system of checks and balances that would really just kind of, boom, make the impact that would then knock out my fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue so I could get my energy up and I could function better and I could sleep well at night without taking a handful of pills, and I could function throughout the day without another handful of pills, and I could wake up in the morning without having to take a bunch of stuff, you know, whether it be herbs or homeopathy or nutrition or hormones or essential oils or flower essences or prescription medication or whatever. So they were an expert, they had the skills and training, and I dedicated my life at that point. This was only like 18 or 20 years ago. I dedicated my life to helping people the same way that I was helped with my chronic fatigue and my fibromyalgia. And that's why we opened up this clinic for you, to be able to get help, so that you don't have to go through this craziness anymore. Because you might be able to find somebody who can help you, and you might get a little bit better, but the improvement will just be kind of, it's not gonna be here, it's gonna be down here somewhere, right? Because they don't have the skills and training that they need. They may be really good doing emotional therapies like a psychologist, social worker, or a marriage and family therapist, or they might be really good at doing the traditional Chinese medicine acupuncture balancing, sticking the needles in, or they might be really good at doing the chiropractic adjustments, you know, or they might be really good at prescribing the herbs and, you know, doing the nutritional supplements. But I can almost promise you that if you're watching this video, they don't have a system that puts all those things together into one cohesive system of checks and balances that really get the results that you're going to need. Plus, what about the energy medicine? What about the energy medicine? You know, do they have the energy medicine skill and training? Do they? Do they really? Tell me about it. So these are deep, structural, chemical, emotional, spiritual, mental types of imbalances that require very, very specialized skills and training, and it's absolutely necessary to have a laser sharp diagnosis to kind of pinpoint exactly what therapy to do at what time and in what order to get the maximal result. And nowadays, because the therapies I've received have been so tremendous, I have tons of I have tons of energy. I am doing great. I function throughout the day with tons of energy. I sleep well at night, all night long, and when I wake up in the morning, I feel terrific. I have a ton of energy. So it works if you get the right treatment with the right diagnosis at the right time and in the right way and in the right order. Magic happens. And I'd like that magic to happen for you. All you need to do is put in your name and your email below and we'll help you out. So thank you so much, and looking forward to seeing you soon in the office. And don't, if I can give you any one word of advice, the worst thing you can do is to lose hope. Don't lose hope. Take this deadly seriously, because this is your life. And no matter how bad things may seem, you can get better. We can help. You just need to get down to the office. You need to have an exam. You need to fill out your forms before you get here, please. And then we can start helping you right away. Thank you.